How's it going, people? Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? Well, it's kind of a very humid morning here. We're supposed to have these storms and crap going through here, which I'm not looking forward to. But hey, what can you do about the weather except put up with it and hope for the best? How are y'all doing? I'm Brian. Welcome to the channel. As you can see, I'm a poet. And you're here. Yeah, don't got much of a spiel this morning. Just, appreciate you sharing a little bit of your time with me and everything. And let's just, why are we here? Why are we right here right now? Not the existential reason why we are here right now, but, why are we here right now in this space and time? Let me see here. Well, this show is called Classic Poetry with a Twist. So, this is what I do. I take old poems, I plug them into Suno.com, which is an AI music generator, and then we listen to the results. A true virtual box of chocolates, because we never know what we are going to get. I don't see a chat here, so if you're saying something and I'm not responding to you, it might be Restream being Restream. I don't know. Here, let me do something right quick. Here. No. Here, let me back out and be back in. I'll be right back. Me. There! Yay! Yay. That's what happened. How's it going? Now I can see who we got here. Yay! Yeah, I took yesterday off. I had to take my buddy to a bunch of appointments. Hey, Candy! Hey, Candy's Life, how's it going? Yay! And there's our chicken cinnamon. How's it going, Cricket? And Jen, how's it going? And Pizza, how's it going? Okay, good. I can see y'all. We can see each other. Yay! How is it going, everybody? Ta-da! Exactly, Candy. Yeah, I'm missing all the chat reactions to me being stupid. So, how's it going? How is it going here? Let me go ahead and show you what we're doing for today. Today's show is hopefully a good one, because we're starting off with part 3 of Sunday Morning by Wallace Stevens. Wallace Stevens, part 3. The first 2 parts have been great, so. And then we got Meditations. That's cool. I guess they did this for, they haven't taken it down yet. Meditations on a Bone by A.D. Hope. Now, all you Aussies in the audience, this is an Australian poet. Oh, that sucks. You're doing all right. And it's nice to see you, Joe. How's it going? All right, so we got another one here, and then we got Drought Year by Judith Wright. Again, all poetry did this. It's kind of annoying, but fun too. And then Keith Douglas. And this one here, which one is it? I think it's How to Kill. Yeah, this one here. Yeah, I think so. We'll figure it out when we get there. And then I got this one here. If it'll load. It's called Pathology of Danny Abs, or Absy. And then it's the Irish guy himself, Irving Langton, with The Fertile Muck. So what do y'all think, my friends? What do y'all think? Well, let's see here. Yeah, it is How to Kill by Keith Douglas. So let's go ahead and get on with it, shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Because I got to get to the right file now, don't I? Yeah, but yesterday was a really long day. Oh yeah, and then tonight, if I survive the weather, there's a reading I'm doing at the at the school I'm going to. Not like that. Come on. Like that. And then get rid of that. Now we go here and here. All right. Sunday morning, number 3, Wallace Stevens, version 1.
Jove in the clouds had his inhuman birth. No mother suckled him, no sweet land gave large mannered motions to his mythic mind. He moved among us as a muttering king, magnificent, would move among his hinds until our blood, commingling virginal with heaven, brought such requital to desire. The very hinds deserted in a star. Shall our blood fail, or shall it come to be the blood of paradise? And shall the earth seem all
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah. Hey T, I'm glad you made it because not this one. The next poet up is actually an Aussie, so although yeah, so you might like it, but yeah, it was okay. Also, I'm not everything we do here. Forgot to do this. Of course, it doesn't matter anyways. Everything is under fair use and in the public domain. And please like and subscribe and all that jazz, jazz, jazz. And here we are. Let's go ahead. Oh, I want to talk a little bit about the reading. See this here? I'm going to read the poem I got. This magazine, The Vortex, is the student publication for the University of Central Arkansas, where I went to school and where I'm going to school, where I'm going back to. And I got something published in this particular one that I'm going to read, and then I'm going to read a new poem. Like the poem I got published in here, I wrote 30 years ago. It's the one I read to you. Remember the one I read to you, T, on Christmas? That's the one I'm reading. So I think I've only read it in public 2 or 3 times, and it's always got a good reaction. So, and the story of me, how I wrote it, always gets a good reaction too, because I wrote it coming down off acid. Here we go. Sunday morning, number 3, Walt Stevens.
Jove in the clouds had his inhuman birth. No mother suckled him, no sweet land gave large-mannered motions to his mythy mind. He moved among us as a muttering king, magnificent, would move among his hinds, until our blood, commingling virginal with heaven, brought such requital to desire. The very hinds discerned it in a star. Shall our blood fail, or shall it come to be? The blood of paradise. And shall the earth seem all of paradise that we shall know? The sky will be much friendlier than the now, a part of labor and a part of pain, and next in glory to enduring love. Not this dividing and indifferent the blood of paradise. Shall the earth seem all of paradise that we shall know? The sky will be much friendlier than the now, a part of labor and a part of pain, and next in glory to enduring love. Not this dividing and indifferent. The blood of paradise. And shall the earth seem all of paradise sky will be much friendlier than now. A part of labor and a part of pain, and next in glory to enduring love, not this dividing and indifferent blue.
All right, let's see this chat here. Definitely two is better than one. And it's supposed to be not here. We're supposed to get freaking hammered starting tonight. And, you know, I got to deal with it because I got to go register for classes tomorrow. Yeah. I know what you mean. All right. So what do y'all think of that? And while y'all thinking about that, let's go ahead and go with, this is the Aussie poet, A.D. Hope, Meditation on a Bone.
Scored upon a bone, scratched in despair or rage. 900 years have gone, now in another age. They burn with passion on a scholar's tranquil page. The scholar takes his pen and turns the bone about and writes those words again. Once more they see, then shout, and through a human brain, undying hate rings out. I loved her when a maid. I loathe and love the wife that warms another's bed. Let him beware his life. And his heart is wrung, this ancient grief to see, and thinks, when I am done, what bone shall speak for me?
All right, David. I know. Yeah, it helps me with a lot of stuff too. And too bad. I just can't wait till it's just freaking legal everywhere. You know what I mean? That was interesting. And I like that line, when I am done, what bone shall speak for me? This one. That's why I'm doing this. To leave a little bit of myself behind. Meditation on a Bone by A.D. Hope, version 2.
Words scored upon a bone, scratched in despair or rage. 900 years have gone, now in another age. They burn with passion on a scholar's tranquil page. The scholar takes his pen and turns the bone about and writes those words again. Once more they see, then shout, and through a human brain undying hate rings out. Archaic cry, he sits and reads his own dull sum of misery. 1,000 years have flown before that ink is dry. And in a foreign tongue, his heart is wrung, this ancient grief to see, and thinks, when I am done, what bone shall speak for me? Archaic cry, he sits and reads his own dull sum of misery.
All right, here. I thought it was still going on. That was good. Oh my Lord! I wish that wouldn't have ended like that. I'm gonna have to edit that one. Yes, that one was very nice. I like that one a lot. That's definitely a standout. I'm gonna have to. Yes, that was one of those 4-minute cutoffs. Ugh, they're frustrating. Here, I'm complaining and you can't even freaking see me. Yay! Yes, that was very nice. I like that one. That one was lovely. Even Pizza gave it 3 stars. Yay! And he's a hard man to please. We're not even going to go there. Oh, yes, this has been an interesting show so far today. Yay. All right, let's go with Drought Year by Judith Wright.
That time of drought, the embered air burned to the roots of timber and grass. The crackling lime scrub would not bear, and Mooney Creek was sand that year. The dingo's cry was strange to hear. I heard the dingo's cry in the scrub on the 30-mile drive. I saw the wedge-tail take his fill, perching on the seething skull. I saw the eel wither where he curled in the last blood drop of a spent world. I heard the bone whisper in the hide of the big red horse that lay where he died. Prop that horse up, make him stand, hoofs turned down in the bitter sand. Make him stand at the gate of the 30-mile dry. Turn this way and you will die. And strange and loud was the dingo's cry. I heard the dingo's cry in the scrub on the 30-mile drive. I saw the wedge-tail take his fill, perching on the seething skull. I saw the eel wither where he curled in the last blood drop of a spent world. And strange and loud was the dingo's cry.
Now, I don't know about you, but that was freaking awesome. I liked it. Cool. That was another Aussie. I didn't know it until I heard the word dingo. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, another Aussie. Judith Wright. Yes, that was good. That was fucking cool. It happens. You know, freaking sometimes technology's got to catch up. Well, as soon as we can figure out when to get her to come on here, she's going to come on here and read some stuff. So maybe we'll shoot for the weekend. In the meantime, let's listen to the second version of that particular one. Hopefully it's just as good or even better as the first one.
That time of drought, the embered air burned to the roots of timber and grass. The crackling lime creek was sand that year. The dingo's cry was strange to hear. I heard the dingo's cry in the scrub on the 30-mile drive. I saw the wedgie-tail take his fill, perching on the seething skull. I saw the eel wither where he curled in the last blood drop of a spent world. I heard the bone whisper in the hide of the big red horse that lay where he died. Prop that horse up, make him stand, hooves turned down in the bitter sand. Make him stand at the gate of the 30-mile drive. Turn this way and you will die. And strange and loud was the dingo's cry. The dingoes crowd the embered air, burned to the roots of timber and grass. The crackling lime scrub would not bear, and Mooney Creek was sand that year. The dingo's cry was strange to hear. I heard the dingo's cry in the scrub on the 30-mile drive. I saw the wedgie-tail take his fill, perching on the seething skull. I saw the eel wither where he curled in the last blood drop of a spent world. I heard the bone whisper in the hide.
Yeah, I like both of them. First one's better. The second one, I like the fact that they made the voice sounded like a lot like Karen Carpenter. You know, and I love Karen Carpenter. All right. Candy, you wouldn't believe how many times both the tracks have turned out great, and it's been really hard to choose. That's one of the things I love about this. All right, let's see here. Yes, two gets a meh. Welcome to the show, Married in Arkansas. I'm assuming you're in Arkansas. And yeah, we're supposed to get some freaking weather this weekend, aren't we? So be very safe. A lot of it also depends on what part of the state you're going to be in. It's going to smash the freaking eastern, the more eastern parts. Like I'm in Faulkner County near Conway, and it's like the dividing line. Everything east of us is going to get freaking hammered. So yeah. Yeah, I like the first version better. So on that note, since we're through the first half of the show, I need to remind everybody Everything we do in this program is done under Fair Use Act of 1976 and is under the public domain. It's because all of it's old and cool. And then please like and subscribe and all that jazz. Betty Davis Eyes was sung by Kim Carnes. I could see Karen Carpenter. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, Betty Davis has a fucking awesome song too. All right. Oh, yeah. How to Kill Keith Douglas. Let's see what this one sounds like.
Under the parabola of a ball, a child turning into a man. I looked into the air too long. The ball fell in my hand. It sang in the closed fist. Open, open. Behold a gift designed to kill. Now in my dial of glass appears the soldier who is going to die. He smiles and moves about in ways his mother knows, habits of his. The wires touch his face. I cry. Now death, like a familiar hears, and look, has made a man of dust, of a man of flesh. This sorcery, I do being damned. I am amused to see the center of love diffused, and the wave of love travel into vacancy. How easy it is to make a ghost. The weightless mosquito touches her tiny shadow on the stone, and with how light, how infinite, a lightness man and shadow meet, they fuse. A shadow is a man. When the mosquito death approaches, like a familiar hears, and look, has made a man of dust, of a man of flesh. This sorcery, I do being damned. I am amused to see the center of love diffuse, and the wave of love travel into vacancy. How easy it is
Oh, that was good, but it ended too soon. I'm not going to go there either. Yeah. Give Jakey a big old hug from all of us in Cyberland. Yeah, I like this one. It just, again, for some reason, and we got more 4-minute ones that'll probably. Don't know why it's doing it. All right, let's see what. And this one is not 4 minutes long. How to Kill, Keith Douglas, version 2.
Under the purple of a ball, a child turning into a man. I looked into the air too long. The ball fell in my hand, it sang in the closed fist. Open, open, behold a gift designed to kill. Now in my glass appears the soldier who is going to die. He smiles and moves about in ways his mother knows, habits of his. The wires touch his face. I cry, now death, like a familiar hears. And look has made a man of dust, of a man of flesh. This sorcery I do, being damned I am amused to see the center of love diffused, and the wave of love travel into vacancy. How easy it is to make a ghost. The weightless mosquito touches her tiny shadow on the stone, and with how light, how infinite, the lightness man and shadow moon, they fuse. A shadow is a man when the mosquito death approaches. The weightless mosquito touches her tiny shadow on the stone, and with how light, how infinite, a lightness man and shadow meet, they fuse. A shadow is a man when the mosquito death approaches.
Definitely number 2 was the standout one for a lot of reasons. And let's see here. That guitar. Yeah. And the fact that it was complete, you know? No cut off. Yeah. How's it going, Mona? Nice to see you. Always nice to see you when you drop by. So we got a couple more to do here. Yes, definitely 2. Definitely 2. So we are. Oh, we got 2 more poems. So yeah, we're getting there. This is Pathology of Colors by Danny Absey. ABSE, Abs. This guy.
I know the color rose and it is lovely, but not when it ripens in a tumor. And healing greens, leaves and grass so spring-like, in limbs that fester are not spring-like. I have seen red, blue tinged with hirsute mauve in the plum skin face of a suicide. I have seen white china white almost stare from behind the smashed windscreen of a car. And the criminal multicolored flash of an H-bomb is no more beautiful than an autopsy when the belly's opened to show cathedral windows never opened. So in the simple blessing of a rainbow, in the beveled edge of a sunlit mirror, I have seen visible death's artifact, like a soldier's ribbon on a tunic tag. I know the color rose and it is lovely, but not when it ripens in a tumor. And healing greens, leaves and grass so spring-like, in limbs that fester are not spring-like. I have seen red, blue tinged with hirsute mauve in the plum skin face of a suicide. I have seen white china white almost stare from behind the smashed windscreen of a car. And the criminal multicolored flash of an H-bomb is no more beautiful than an autopsy when the belly's opened to show cathedral windows never opened. So in the simple blessing of a rainbow, in the beveled edge of a sunlit mirror, I have seen visible death's artifact, like a soldier's ribbon on a tunic.
And we got cut off. Ah! But yeah, that was actually lovely. It was quite interesting. Now that is quite interesting. Just sitting there looking at that. Yeah, pizza. Have a good day. And then where we were. Oh yeah, this one. Got distracted listening. Forgot you were cooking rice. I'm sorry, Irish. Yeah, well, there have been many other H-bombs poems, but definitely, it's just amazing what's the stuff. Oh, maybe you laughed because no more song. Well, let's just go ahead and. Okay, I'm going to warn you right now. This one is 2 minutes and 56 seconds long. So let's see what. Let's see.
I know the color rose, and it is lovely, but not when it ripens in a tumor. And healing greens, leaves and grass so spring-like, in limbs that fester are not spring-like. I have seen red-blue tinged with hirsute mauve in the plum-skinned face of a suicide. I have seen white, china white, almost stare from behind the smashed windscreen of a car. And the criminal, multicolored flash of an H-bomb is no more beautiful than an autopsy when the belly's opened to show cathedral windows never opened. So in the simple blessing of a rainbow, in the beveled edge of a sunlit mirror, I have seen visible death's artifact like a soldier's ribbon on a tunic tacked. I have seen that blue tinged with hirsute mauve in the plum-skin face of a suicide. I have seen white, china white, almost stare from behind a smashed windscreen of a car.
Now that one was interesting. Well, that one was interesting. Interesting poem. The first one was a hell of a lot better than the second one. So here, the fertile march. Here, let's see what it is again. Muck. The fertile muck. Why am I saying much here? Ah! The fertile muck. I put much.
Brightest apples on those trees, but until I, fabulist, have spoken, they do not know their significance. shadow. How to dominate reality. Love is one way. Imagination and another sit here beside me, sweet. Take my hard hand in yours. We'll mark the butterflies disappearing over the hedge, with tiny wristwatches on their wings, our fingers touching the earth like two Buddhas.
Yeah. Boom. That was a 4-minute one that was right there. But yes, that was freaking great. See, Pizza left too early. But I think he had to be an adult and go to work. So, poor guy. Alright, so we have come to the final track for the day. I want to say before I go to that, of course, I got to do this here. Everything on this program is done public domain, fair use. But more importantly, my friends, thank you for spending a little bit of your precious time with me. And be careful of the weather out there, whether it's sunny or it's going to be crappy like it is here today. And have an awesome one. Wherever in the world, floating in this relativity, you might be at this moment. I'm sorry. Is this going to catch? Yeah, there it goes. Ah! I'm sorry. Don't know. Let's find out. And again, this one's 4 minutes long also, so.
There are the brightest apples on those trees, but until I, fabulist, have spoken, they do not know their significance or what other legends are hung like garlands on their black boughs, twisting like a rumor. The wind's noise is empty, nor are the winged insects better off, though they wear my crafty eyes. Wherever they alight, stay here, my love. You will see how delicately they deposit me on the leaf. How to dominate reality. Love is one way. Imagination, sit here beside me, sweet. Take my hard hand in yours. We'll mark the butterflies disappearing over the hedge with tiny wristwatches on their wings.
And we get cut off. So yes, it was nice, but got cut off like at the end of a bad day. Oh boy, you thought it was going good, and then nope. I amuse myself so much sometimes. There's got to be something wrong with this world for that to happen. Well, my friends, thank you very much for spending a little bit of your time with me. Definitely number one on that one was the standout one. So you're probably going to hear a couple of these this week coming up, probably Saturday. We'll figure it out, because tonight I'm doing that poetry reading. Tomorrow I'm signing up for classes. Yay! So the real world is going to come in, but I'm not going to stop doing this, because I'm going to make sure none of my classes start before 9 o'clock in the morning. I do this, go to school, come back. But I'll let y'all know. I'm not even going to go there. All right, my friends. I'll definitely see y'all around in the chats today. Got stuff to do, but hey, that's what life is, ain't it? I'll definitely see y'all around. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for spending just a little bit of y'all time with me. And I'm glad you had a great time, Candy. It is very nice to see you around, I worry about you sometimes, if I don't see y'all peoples. Yes, priorities. All right.